I am the great big age, or the young age of 102 years old. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I lived at 1818 Sarah Street in Pittsburgh for my first 8 years of birth. When I was in my early teens, we were taught by Gene Kelly to do tap and ballet. I think I was a pretty fair individual. I didn't drink too much. I didn't smoke at all. So that may have been the reason I have this longevity that I know nothing about. My fond memories. My first trip abroad was learning to live in a foreign country, was learning to live in Copenhagen, which was completely foreign to me at the time. But the people there were so nice and so genteel and so kind that they helped you along. And most of them had an interest in teaching you how they lived and how they could get along in the world. My husband, who was a motion picture director, film producer, what have you, was there to do a film. He finished his film there, and then from there we went to Mallorca to do a little script work that he had to do, and we spent a year there, and then from there we went to Spain and Madrid, and we spent about 6 years in Spain and Madrid and France and Italy and what have you. My husband, his name was Sidney Pink. He's done over 60 films, so some science fiction films that he's produced and people have enjoyed, and have a cult on that. He's worked with Dustin Hoffman. As a matter of fact, he found Dustin Hoffman off of a show that he was in, and he suggested that he come to try playing some films with us, which he did. And that he worked with Cesar Romero, he worked with Robert Walker, and Barry Sullivan and Martha Heyer, a lot of people. He did a film called Reptilicus. That was his science fiction film. He did another one called An Angry Red Planet. He did another one called Pyro. He did another one called 1001 Nights. If he needed an extra letter written that I could write for him, or I can call somebody or take care of some of his business for him, I was sort of like a second hand to him. The set that I remember most was Pyro, because that was absolutely a terrific set, because it was a story about a fire and arranging this fire and what the fire did and the destruction. To see all of this horrendous debris that could have come out of this thing was unbelievable. I have 2 children. Helene is just turning 70, and my son is 68. While living in Coconut Creek, my husband was on the planning and the zoning board of the city, and we had a very pleasant life here for 38 years.